Why are my glasses like that? It's rising. Y'all, it's so hot in here. My glasses are fogging up. Which rising, which rising. Let's get it. Day motherfucking 12. I don't know why it's so. Oh, we got heat. What's up? My name's Miladies. I am your spirit shifter here, guiding you on your journey towards self awareness. And today we are talking about fears. Y'all see this? Today we're talking about fears. Um, what fears do you have? The fears that we have is blocking us from the best version of ourselves, right? Some of us have fear of commitment, and that could be committing to a job, committing to yourself, committing to the goals that you set, committing to someone else, sharing yourself. What does that word commitment do to you? Why does it make you fearful? Some of us are fearful of rejection. We rather not ask because we might get rejected. Some of us, let me see, my glasses is working. Oh, is it fogging up again? It is. Hold on, y'all, because I got my list of stuff like that. No, there's always something with me, right? Give me 1 second. What y'all doing? All right. So, come back at it. What are your fears? Are you fearful of heights, public speaking? You fearful of change? Some of us stay in the same relationship and the same job and the same apartment because we're fearful of change. You know, we may have this ability uh to change in certain areas of our lives. We can probably help other people change. But what about you? You know, failure. You tried to do a business one time, it didn't work. And so now it's like, no, okay. There's many of us that don't end up getting our license because we're scared because we failed. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my context because I need to feel like. Hold on. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm back and no, I'm not crying for you. What did you eat? All right. So, what are you fearful of? What's hindering you? If it's fear of failure, write that down. What is it about? failure that puts you in a space of not succeeding. All right, so let's put that time on the clock and write, what are your fears? Some of us are fearful of death. Write that down. Get that out your system. All right. So for those of you who just our fears and what's preventing us from moving forward, and many of us have fears of rejection. I wanted to talk about rejection, rich rising. Yes. Happy Mercury Day. Communication. The main important thing when it comes to rejection, right, is allowing yourself to grieve. A lot of people think grieving is just for when somebody dies, but you have to remember that rejection is what they say, and I know you've seen this before, is the next stepping stone to what was really supposed to be coming to you. A lot of us cannot take rejection. That could be because when we were younger, we got everything that we wanted. Some of us have been blessed to not have to struggle. So when there's a struggle, or there's some type of friction within their plans, then they become fearful of that, and may also um, take it very, very personal. So when it comes to rejection, ask yourself, where does that come from? A lot of us didn't grow up with either one of um, either one or both of um, our guardians, right? Mother, father, and rejection at times can feel that it's coming from there. So then, anytime somebody else does it, it hurts even more. I once heard that we feel rejected and we feel abandoned because of the separation that we have with God's source universe, but that's just another topic. Um, so it gets really deep when it comes to your fears. Your fears is not something that just showed up the other day. This is something that has been going on for quite some time. Some of us are fearful of our finances. So if you didn't write down, "Oh, I'm scared of my finances," or you didn't get into that, but you are, that's another topic you may need to tap into, because a lot of us may be in relationships and not ever talk about our finances, and there could be friction in that area. Fear brings friction, right? It pushes us away from what could make us the best version of ourselves. Like I said earlier, you may be fearful of rejection, not recognizing that another opportunity is going to come in, but you're not going to take it because you got rejected 3 times already. You know, they would say for every 10 no, there's one yes. But we get to the fifth no and we give up. Some of us are fearful of not being able to succeed, failure. We might have seen other people fail. So, this is your chance right now today to really allow yourself to kick fear in the ass. And even if it's just on paper, at least you got it out. And now you're adding something positive to that area, whatever area it is that you're fearful of. All right. If you're fearful of not being accepted, write something where you allow yourself to know that you are accepted, regardless if physically you don't see it. Accept yourself. Own rejection. Fearful of not succeeding. Yes, the ability of not succeeding can damp our creativity, but it goes back to, where did it start? Where did that start? Which rising? We are speaking about our biggest fears. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Fear is not being able to balance work and take care of my little one. I never feared death until now that I am a parent, but I try not to think about it. See, I definitely get that. I'm not here to force anybody to think about any of these things because these are obviously what puts us in an uncomfortable space. The main important thing, as I shared earlier, is to validate yourself, right? Um, Being able to, a 112223. I'm very excited. When it comes to that, being fearful of not knowing how somebody's gonna take care of our kids, and also being a parent. I'm not a parent, but I definitely was a dog parent, and that was fearful to know that my dogs was gonna pass away one day. But I still did not really think about that. I just enjoyed the time, and I created more memories with them, right? And once I created more memories with them, what I remember now, as opposed to me remembering me always thinking about, oh my God, they're gonna die, they're gonna die. I now have memories of all the things that we did, right? Even for Christmas, my moms used to buy them stuff. They were pit bulls. I used to tell my mother that they are not these little dogs. Don't buy them stuff. And one time she bought them a Christmas jacket, and they had bells. So every time we walked around the block, you heard clink, 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 clink. It was embarrassing because they looked like reindeers, and I live in Harlem. These are pit bulls, and they got Christmas jackets on. But I couldn't tell my mother no. So see the memories that I created, rather than when I used to come to the door and I used to be like, "Oh, my dog's alive," and then I used to knock and then I would hear them bark. So there's a lot of things that we create. I share that bit to let you know that there's times that we create so much anxiety around something that can simply be switched by us believing that we are safe, that we are secure, and that we will receive the best assistance. Why do we put ourselves in a space of feeling like we don't deserve that just because we may not be able to clearly see the vision or handle it in the current moment? This is why it's important for us to have a support system, so that when we come up with these things that are blocking us, we're able to be supported somehow to get out of that mindset, right? Because the main thing that we've heard all the time is fear is false evidence appearing real. That's what we've been told, right? That's what fear is, false evidence appearing real. So find what's not true. How can you validate yourself? Especially for those of us, again, when we are fearful of the regular things, relationship and money. What's false about it? You know, most times we have not even attempted to go that route that we are fearful of, just because of other people's experience. This is why I say it's important to figure out, what did you experience in your life? Who was fearful of what? Because you could be carrying their fears without knowing. I fear being a burden to my daughter in my old age if I don't succeed in securing my finances. If you don't succeed, changing that, because you will succeed, right? And because everything is being planned out for you. And this is how we shift our mindset, right? We know for a fact there's certain things in our lives that we can shift in order not to feel that way or feel like a burden to anybody. You allow people to be a burden to you. So how is it, how can you take that away? Maybe you won't be. Did you ask her? Right? So these are the things that we're shifting through this. You don't have to get it all together right now, but the main important thing is to recognize that fear is what's blocking us from getting to where we want to be. All right? Okay, Gabby, what you said. My older kids accuse me of things, and even though my little one might not remember or say anything to me, yet I need all the patience and love to give him now while I can. At least you are aware of that, you know? The message is boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Are you gonna go? Are you gonna go? Oh, oh, I got two characters. More than. Well, damn, you wrote a lot today, sis. All right, let me take the last sentence out. It says, "You are the one who has the key to unlock the biggest shift in your life by making a choice to ask for assistance when we are feeling defeated. Allow yourself to let go of the fear." Because that's what it is, right? It feels like we're drowning in this area of our lives. Don't allow yourself to be in that space. Start off small, right? Some of the fears can be assisted by going to therapy, by speaking up. Some of us have uh, fear of speaking up. All right, we could go on forever, but we won't. I love y'all so much. Tackle your fears. We'll be back tomorrow.